What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Return of the Athlete. And in this video, I'm going to show you 5 ways that thinking like a golfer, a good golfer, will help you lose weight. So a couple weekends ago, I was on a bachelor party and we were in Bend, Oregon, and I was playing at Quail Run Golf Course. And I'm terrible. I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I am not good. I think I was trying to break 100 the day before I broke 100 at Lost Tracks course. Did not break 100 in this one. Ton of trees, just kind of a bad day for me. That said, as I was going through this round, and I had a lot of time in the woods where I was thinking, I started to make some connections. Man, if I thought like I did as a fitness professional, I would be a much better golfer. And so in these 5 lessons, you're going to see very clear parallels to where if you think like a PGA golfer or simply just a good golfer, as opposed to trying to be the hero hitting it out of the woods, you would be so much more successful from a weight loss standpoint. So the first mindset shift is that maintaining is good. Pars are good. Good golfers know, professional golfers know that you're not going to birdie every single hole. There's going to be holes that are the #1 handicap. There's going to be holes with hard pin location. There's going to be holes that just simply don't suit your style of game, and that's okay. But if there's a stretch of 4, 5, 6 holes where par is winning, well, then when you get into a stretch where you can birdie some holes, maybe it's a par 5, maybe it's an easy par 3, that's where you go and be aggressive. And that's what you can do from a weight loss and fitness standpoint. I have a client, Ames, who's traveled 52% of the days we've been working together. He's going to London, he's going across the country, he's not home. And when he's traveling, those are maintaining times. Maintaining weight is good. Maintaining your routine, maintaining your strength is good. When he's got a 2-3 week stretch where he's not traveling and it's not a high stress environment, boom, then we go and lose 3-4 pounds during that time. And it works the same way with golf and with fitness, because most people will take this perspective of, oh, it's not a good time. I don't have an open 3, 4, 5 months where I can focus on my health. Well, you can go forwards, you can birdie a hole, but you can also bogey a hole. You can double bogey a hole. And in my case, you can triple bogey a hole. And that can also happen from a fitness standpoint. It's much easier to go backwards. It's much easier to gain weight, to eat 4,000 calories, 5,000 calories in a day, than it is to do what you need to do to lose a pound a week, to lose 2 pounds a week. And so it's a very similar parallel to, you can only get so many wins during certain times in your fitness journey, but you can do a lot of damage if you let yourself go, which is going to bring me to the second point. Number 2, you have to have a short memory. If the previous day, the previous meal didn't go your way, that's okay. Focus on this next one. If the last shot hit off a tree or went in the water, that's okay. Don't compound the mistakes that you're making. I'll give you another metaphor. If I gave you $100 in $10 bills, and one of those $10 bills falls out of your pocket, would you just throw the other 90 away? No, you'd be like, darn, I lost $10. I still have 90. So if you hit a bad shot in golf, do you just go say, screw it, I'm just gonna shank the rest of this hole, I'm gonna try and get a 10? No, you focus on the next shot. If you have a bad day of eating, or you have a day where you drink more than you need to, are you just gonna say, fuck it, might as well just ruin the weekend, might as well just ruin the week? Well, if you struggle with weight loss or you struggle with your golf game, yeah, that's how you're gonna think. But the best are able to say, you know what, made a mistake, throw it out the window, and just get back to focusing on the process. Which brings me to point number 3. Process is more important than the result. Now, if you have been really working on your 7-iron and you've been working on hitting a fade and you're able to do that successfully, the perfect swing, perfect trajectory, it feels good off the club, but it hits a hill, rolls off the backside of the green, poor result, but the execution was really good. That is much better than blading something, having it go off 4 trees, and then it rolls onto the front of the green. And now you might be watching this and you're like, oh, well, that's awesome. I'm on the green, I'm putting, who cares? Over a course of a round, over the course of a golfing career, you're not gonna get away with that every single time. I played college baseball. I know the difference between a bunt single and a rope single up the middle. The process is more important. And so in your weight loss journey, in your fitness journey, if you're doing everything right from a nutrition standpoint, if you're getting to the gym, if you're getting your sleep, and you're not getting the result that you want, keep doing that, because you are eventually going to get there, and it's something that you can sustain long term. But if you take this approach of, oh, I'm just trying to lose a pound, you don't eat for a day, you do some weird cleanse, and then you binge it all back the next day, how you get there matters. How you do that in the long term is going to matter. And so in golf, you can focus on a ton of numbers. You can focus on a ton of different things with your swing. And this one's kind of tied into this as well. The best golfers have an intention, have a plan when they're putting a swing on a ball. They have a thing that they're focusing on the driving range. They have a thing that they are focusing on when they're chipping, when they're putting. They're always looking at metrics. They're always looking at numbers. They're always focusing on something. You can do the same thing in weight loss. You can look at measurements, the scale, performance in the gym, sleep, stress. You can just see how you're feeling day to day and making sure that you have that mental clarity, making sure that you have that mental energy. But if you're just winging it and you're just saying, we'll just see what the result is, you're not gonna get the result steadily for the long term in the long run. The process will always beat the results. Number 4, you gotta have patience. A golfer can only execute on one shot at a time. They can't shoot 10 under on one hole. They can't birdie 3 holes with one putt. The same way you can't lose 20 pounds in a day. The same way one meal isn't gonna be the difference between you losing weight and you gaining weight, right? Ultimately, at the end of the day, it is a long journey. The 18 holes is going to take 4-5 hours. You losing 20 pounds is going to take several weeks, several months. That's okay, because if you enjoy the round of golf and you enjoy the greenery, the scenery, hanging out with your buddies, hanging out with your friends, and you're having a cold one and you're just having a good time, that's gonna make the round go so much better. Versus if you're just grinding and you hate every single second of you going and doing that round or you being on that fitness weight loss journey, well then you're gonna lose that patience. You're not gonna be able to enjoy it for the long run. And so by just simply taking this perspective, all right, I'm just gonna execute on this one swing, this one putt, this one day, this one workout, this one diet, this one meal, and then the next opportunity for you to execute again, you go and execute again. It's a long round. It's a long journey. Enjoy it along the way and just focus on the opportunities where you can go and get ahead. And number 5, the best golfers are gonna know where their misses are. They're not always gonna shoot at the flag. If they can aim for the center of the green or they can aim for a space where there's a lot of open fairway, they're going to do that. They know where their tendencies are to miss. And so they're gonna give themselves a little room for error. They have a contingency plan if everything doesn't go exactly how they would dream it up. Same thing goes for fitness. You've got your perfect meal plan, your perfect workout schedule, everything that you would do in a perfect scenario, but it's never perfect. So if you have a contingency plan and having snacks in your drawer if you aren't able to get lunch, if you have a 20-minute kettlebell workout that you can do if you don't have an hour to work out, if you know what types of foods to go for if you aren't able to plan your own meal and maybe you're on the road or you're traveling, you're eating out at a restaurant, you got to understand, hey, here's where I can change up my plan, change up my strategy, but still not create a ton of damage. If you can mitigate the damage and know where your misses are in your weight loss journey and in your golf game, you're going to be extremely successful. So there you have it, 5 ways thinking like a golfer will ultimately help you with your weight loss journey. And ideally, it's thinking like a good golfer. The better golfer you think of, the better you are going to be in your health and fitness journey. My name is Paul Klingen. Thank you for listening to Return of the Athlete. Thank you for watching Return of the Athlete. If you want to learn more about the Return of the Athlete program, where you can lose up to 25 pounds before the end of this football season, simply by thinking like an athlete, you can go to the link in the description, sign up for a discovery call. I'd love to talk to you about the program, your goals, and how it can be a good fit. Other than that, I'll catch you guys on the next Return of the Athlete episode.